I think I'm like kind of funny. I don't know how to explain. Wait, like I don't know how I would explain it personally.
Funny looking. For sure.
That's cap.
No, no, no. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
God.
Well, we are back. And welcome back to another episode of the SUJOBAE podcast. My name is Joseph Kim.
I'm Suzie
Ooh.
Lee.
I am Matthew Bae.
Yeah, it's been a fat minute. I mean, we've been catching up, but been a while since we recorded an episode. So good to have
Wait,
you
Three
is
guys
this
months.
the
back.
last one?
No,
Yeah.
last one was just kind of like a update. So this is like our first official
Oh,
one back, I'm assuming.
oh.
Ooh,
So
that's the sneak peek.
yeah, we got one in the files, but that's for later.
Hmm.
How have you guys been? It's been a while. It's been a minute since we last talked. Who wants to go
It's not really.
first? Who wants to go first?
What?
uh,
Joseph.
well,
Oh,
Joseph.
sorry.
Joseph can go first.
Sorry.
I go first?
Okay.
Okay. I
Mm.
mean, we had by the time we're recording this, we had retreat last weekend. For those of you in Cornerstone, which was great. Um, it was really good seeing all of you guys still back at Purdue. And retreat was good. We had a really good guest speaker. He like flew in all the way from Cali, so he had a lot of interesting things to share because his job is a hospital chaplain. Like, he's the medical chaplain, so he like deals with a lot of death. And I thought that was like a really I've
Oh,
never
Johnny.
like yeah, low key. Oh, and he said, "Does anyone know what a chaplain is?" I'm like, I know Johnny, but I don't know exactly what
Yeah.
they do. So yeah, he was a really good speaker. The retreat weekend itself, tiring as usual, but it was really refreshing for me at least. And then it was really good seeing a lot of old faces, not only like Cornerstone, but like alumni as well. So good catching up with friends. In other news, I guess like technically I haven't updated since I was at Purdue. So I'm here in Michigan working, living that adult life, quote unquote. But other than that,
Graduated.
yes, sir, finally
Moving
graduated.
forward.
I'm still waiting on my diploma because they shipped it to the wrong address, but that'll come
Oh,
soon, hopefully, or else I'll be diploma-less. Um,
I mean, it doesn't matter.
You
It's,
yeah,
it's online. You can just
yeah,
like
I just get a
get
digital one, but
or call them whenever and they'll just send it
they'll
to you.
probably send me one. Yeah, that's what I did. It's been a
Yeah.
while, and then I emailed them saying, "Hey, I haven't gotten it yet," and they said, "Oh, we sent it to this address." I'm like, "There's no one lives at that address. Like, I don't know where that is." So they just
Mm.
sent one like last week. So hopefully it comes soon. But yeah, that's me. I haven't done much since, just been working, and retreat was a good break from that, but back to work now. How about you guys? How have you been? What's
Good
shaking?
end.
What's life been up to?
well,
Okay.
well, so the retreat was like a big commitment for me because I had to like fly and like I had to think about like a ride to the retreat from the retreat.
Hmm.
So even till like a week before, I was pretty iffy because I bought my ticket like literally right before. So I'm like, oh, like, is this like worth going all the way? And like
Of course it
a
is.
lot a lot of people that like I'm like really close to like weren't even there anymore.
Hmm.
Nah, well, some of them. So I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be worth. And on the first day of the retreat, honestly, I was like, wait, like why did I come here? Because because like the usual faces like the alumni, they're all like part of praise.
Mm.
And I'm like, wait, like
Hmm.
and I like, didn't even know who to talk to because like yeah, I like know people like but they have like their own friend group. So it's not like I can just like pop right back in, you know?
Hmm.
So on the first day, I was like, wait, like I shouldn't have like I like talked to Ryan Albedo so much. Like we
Hmm.
actually became so close over the weekend because we didn't really have anyone else to talk to. But on the second day, like I think like I like warmed up to the people more. Like I like connected with like the old people older people that I like used to be friends with, and
Mm.
like some new faces I got to talk to, which was pretty cool. Because there are a lot of new people.
Mhm.
And it was really nice seeing like the alumni, like people in our grade and older. And honestly, like the panel was so good. Like I didn't expect people to ask that many questions.
Mm.
And like some people like grabbed me after and was like, "Hey, like can I ask you like questions?" And I was like, "Yeah, like for sure." I don't know, it felt very like rewarding to know that like I was like actually like helping people in some sort of way.
Mm.
Um And then after I went to Chicago to see Matt and then Amber. I stayed at Amber's place, and honestly, like I like understand like what like picking things back up from like where we left off, like especially with Amber, because like
Mm.
we haven't talked in a really long time, but then it wasn't awkward at all, and we just like kind of poured out everything that happened for like the year that we didn't see each other,
Mm.
and like it was just like wow, like we're just back to college life. And it was really nice. And then I flew back and then I literally drove straight to a movie theater because our church here were to watch the Dune 2. And wait, I've
You have to let
never
us know.
like every seat in the theater was packed. Like I've
Mm.
Oh.
never seen it like that. And
Well, it
then
just came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
still, I was like, damn. Well, and I didn't even know like Dune was that popular. Like I've never heard of this movie before.
Really?
And
Okay.
They're there for Timothy Chalamet.
It's a book. It's a book.
yeah, well,
Hmm.
I didn't read it.
Yeah, I don't read
So
either. So
yeah. But it was so good. Like obviously I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like 3 hours flew by. Because I feel like the
Mm.
first one was kind of boring.
Yeah, that's what a
So
lot
I
of
like
people are
skipped.
saying.
Yeah, but the second one was actually really good. And then I had Monday to just like relax and unpack and stuff. And then I went to work today and I'm like, wait, there are so many emails. Suzie, like we needed you here. And I'm like, bro, like, oh, but I do have an exciting news.
Okay.
So my director today was like, "Hey Susie, I have a good news for you." And I was like, "What is it?" And apparently our executive committee, which is like general manager, assistant director of director of ops, director of revenue. Like my director isn't even part of the executive. They're like the big dogs.
Mhm.
And they voted me for an MVP leader of the year.
Dang.
And yeah, I was like, "Whoa, what?" And then what
okay.
that does is everyone, well, not all the hotels, but the hotels that qualify vote one like MVP leader of the year from their property, and
Mm.
we all get together. And apparently this year our hotel is hosting it. So they're all coming like flying to Denver
Oh shoot.
hotel. So all the corporate people and all like the candidates are coming, and
Mhm.
I got invited to that dinner, and I can bring two people, and they like vote like the MVP leader of the year of Marriott, and I was like,
Mm.
what the?
Dang.
So
Wow.
that's like,
Dang.
yeah, and I was like, and they chose me. Why? And she was like, I mean, they like see. Well, I'm not gonna like say all the compliments she told me, but like.
Okay.
Just two.
I'm like,
You're nice and kind.
not that I got like I mean, I'm already like honored. Like I don't even have to get like,
Mm.
Hmm.
the whole thing. But if I do, that would be like huge. But yeah,
Hey, congrats.
thank you.
Hey, that's
And my
cool.
mom,
Wait.
Alice, like, are you free? We should fly. And I was like, wait. Oh, like,
Wait. Sorry. But before you invite Alice and your mom, you said two, right?
yeah.
Me and Joseph.
Hey,
Wow.
perfect. Hey, yo, we do podcast at the
We can
Marriott Hotel.
perfect. Just tell
My
your mom, tell your
goodness.
moms, just stay home. It's
Sorry.
okay.
I'm
So
there.
I gotta invite
I
Joseph.
Susie, I told you if I'm ever gonna visit Denver, the only reason I would go is only you. There's no other reason for me to be in Denver. But now you gave me a
Is
second reason.
the dinner free? Dinner's free, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And it's gonna be
I'll be there.
gas. Like, it's gonna be
I'll
like
be there. I'll be
I'm
there.
there. I'm there.
no, you're not.
I'm leaving right after though. Like I'm
Yeah.
going straight back to Chicago right
Yeah.
after.
Um,
I'm eating and then dipping. So
um,
Yeah.
okay. You
Well,
don't
but
even
wait,
watch
seriously,
this
congrats though.
movie. Yeah,
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
huge.
Congrats.
My
Round of
company
applause,
started laying
everybody.
off people yesterday.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we did
Oh,
a.
also more. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
not
No,
done.
I don't have that
She's
much or
going off
anything.
today.
Yeah, she has enough.
So I don't think you guys know who Eddie Shang is, but like we play games together.
I
So
know
like
Eddie.
he's like one of the people. Yeah, you know him now.
Yeah.
So his family coming to Denver apparently for a ski trip, and he didn't tell me this
Oh.
until yesterday. And he's
Hmm.
coming this Sunday, and I was like, all right. But I was able to book his like family like a room,
Oh,
like
that's
for a
nice.
really
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Look at
But I
you.
thought
This is why you got the
Doing everything for
MVP. You know what I'm
everybody.
saying? All
No.
the
yeah,
plugs. Every one of your
This is
customers like
MV this is
she's the goat.
MVP. This is
no.
MVP behavior. Just the
But
best.
it's been very rewarding couple of days in career wise.
Nice.
So that's been
That's
yeah.
good.
But that's it.
Cool. I'll be quick because I didn't go to retreat.
Yeah.
I was at home and sorry to
L
anyone I
moves.
upset, but not
Should have
really.
came.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't go to retreat. Just a lot of things happening back at home, so it was just hard to make a trip down. But as Susie said, she we met each other. We met after the retreat that Sunday um, in Chicago. I saw her and Amber, and if you don't know who Amber is, watch
Like
podcast episode
episode
number 5.
5.
And she is there. She's awesome. She's great, and somebody that I think all three of us were very close to.
Hmm.
So shout out to her. Um, yeah, it was nice. I think Susie mentioned it before, but it was like kind of like we picked up right where we left off. I think with Susie, it didn't feel like super new just because we did the podcast and like, we would talk here and there. But what was new was like the old, like the kind of the nostalgic dynamic us three had. Like we're like walking across the river, like laughing our asses off, like super loud,
Saying
and like
stupid.
saying stupid things, and then like I bet you everybody was like these annoying ass high school students. Don't like what I mean? Like they don't know. They're like we're just being annoying. Um, so that I think that was really refreshing. That was pretty nice. Uh, yeah. I guess update for me. I still work at the same place. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I do data now. I do even more data. We're like learning new programs here and there. So do that. Been working out very consistently. Happy about that. I vlogged. I vlogged. I'm gonna vlog this weekend because Joseph's gonna make a trip down, probably
Really?
Yeah,
to
I'm going to Chicago.
the city. Yeah,
What?
Chicago.
Wait, we literally decided
And
this
then
during lunchtime today. So sorry,
yeah,
Susie.
and then and then what's it called? Yeah, so I've been vlogging and stuff, but yeah, honestly, just living life.
Wait, are you staying at
So
Matt's?
No, so what happened is
no, someday.
Sungjae wanted to grab dinner with people in Chicago, and I'm free Saturday, not Friday, because I'm watching Dune. So Saturday I'm free, and he's like, Friday or Saturday, is anyone free to grab dinner in Chicago? And then I've always been meaning to go like visit Chicago ever since I moved here because I'm close enough that it's a good enough weekend trip to go, but never had a good enough reason. Like I can't just spontaneously show up. So like Sungjae kind of started it, and then everyone says they're pretty free this weekend. So I was like, sure, I can try and come as well. So I think I'm staying at Sungjae's, but Matt's gonna because Matt lives really close. We're gonna all hang out, grab dinner with people in downtown, I think. But yeah, this was all like during lunchtime today, so very recent news. But
Oh, what a
yeah,
We made sure Susie left the state.
yeah, we had to wait
Get
at least a week.
her
So
yeah, yeah.
you're
No.
out of this. It's
But
my
yeah,
turn now, but yeah.
yeah. Eventually, we got to get all three of us together somewhere.
Oh,
Hopefully,
100%.
the MVP can get us a hotel room one
That's
day,
what
and
I'm
we
saying.
can be there. Thank you, Susie. All right. Anyways, let's let's get into this episode.
Oh yeah,
So we have a few topics for us, and we're just gonna kind of spitball and go through them. We haven't done these podcasting in a while, so
little
for
rusty.
the viewers, just give us a little bit of grace as we go through this. But the question for us today would be, what are some things that we can't live without? And we kept it pretty broad. But
Hmm.
does anybody here want to go first?
water.
Okay,
No,
we
don't.
explicitly said don't say that.
We we debriefed before this.
Think of this.
What are some things? Do you got one, Joe? What are some
I
things
was
you can't live without?
I was gonna say, I mean, we're gonna touch on it later, but for me at least, Korean food is like a must. Uh, like
Mm,
just I know food is like naturally something you need to live, but I don't think I can
yeah.
go an entire week without even eating anything remotely Asian. Like even just
Mm,
rice and kimchi. Like if
hmm.
I just have that, like that's a good reset. But I need that on a regular enough basis so I don't go insane because I don't think I can eat like American
Yeah.
food or other cuisines like Mexican food or Chinese food um
Mm,
every
Really.
day. Like that no. So yeah, essentials Korean food I think and like you know like if you open any Korean person's fridge you're gonna have like gochujang and like doenjang and like kimchi like green onion like that's a must. So in my head I think that's something I can't live without. It's like Korean food.
mm.
Yeah.
She's shaking her head. What's wrong?
You'd be so shocked if you saw my fridge because
Oh,
I
okay.
have nothing that
You're gonna have like leftover
exist.
It's
B-dubs and like
no, it's like yeah,
hotel
vodka,
snacks.
mustard.
But
That's okay.
that's a
Mm,
good one. I think for me, it's kind of generic, but I don't think I could live without my phone or just social media in
mm,
general. Like,
mm,
Mm,
mm.
yeah, I think
iPad
social
kid.
media is a big, which is bad, but whenever our church was like deciding what to give up for Lent, like a lot of people did social media.
Mm.
It's like, wait, like I think I'd rather starve than like to like not have my phone. No, I'm being serious. That's why I get
Uh,
because I was like, wait, I would rather just like be hungry.
Oh my
rather
God.
die than give up.
You know what? You know what I just imagined? Imagine Jesus fasting for 40 days on the mountain, but he had a phone. He's just like, I need social media, but he's not eating for 40 days.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like watching
crazy. That's a
mukbang.
crazy statement.
That's what I do.
That's
Wow.
funny. Hmm.
But
I
I
mean, I
think
think that's
like
true for a
phone,
lot of people.
yeah.
Hmm. That's a good one. I mean, I think that's like one everyone like says like, oh no, but then like deep down, like yeah, we're all so connected. Like
Mhm.
at night, like I'm scrolling on TikTok. Like if I didn't have that, I think I'm pretty sure I'd be so bored.
Mm.
Mhm.
So yeah, I get that one. But actually, for me, it's pretty funny because like I don't know, that's the first thing I thought about. You know, I listen to so much music like all
Mm.
day. Like when I work out, when I do work, like driving, no matter what.
Mhm.
So like AirPods, I would say AirPods is something that I can't live without.
Not Spotify,
Because I
AirPods.
wear AirPods. I wear AirPods like everywhere. Like I mean, like you know, like if I'm like walking the city by myself, I have my AirPods on. Like I'm in the store, I probably have my AirPods on. Like
Mm.
when I go to the bathroom, TMI, I have my AirPods on. Um, you know, like I just listen to so much music all the time, or I'm like listening to a podcast, or I'm just listening to something.
Mm.
So like I think AirPods would be, and then like food wise, you know, I'm gonna butcher the name, but I don't really care. You know,
Mhm.
like lagama. You
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys
the
know what I'm
chili
talking about?
oil.
Like that
Yeah.
sauce. I love that so much. I
interesting.
Mm.
feel like I can eat that and rice, and then I'm good. And then my parents
Mm.
like don't freak out when I do that. But that is like one sauce I think that I can't live without.
Mhm.
So that's one thing. Um,
Related
trying to think
to
of any. Do you guys
AirPods
have any
and like
more? Huh?
related to like AirPods and phones, would
Yeah.
you guys ever get the Apple Vision Pro? Do you guys think
No.
like the
No, dude.
goggles?
We saw a
Oh,
person recently at a coffee shop.
Hmm.
He's like facing the window and he's just like using his laptop with the airbook, and I was like, oh, this guy.
wait,
Like
I
he's
think
literally yeah.
like it's so
Yeah.
unnecessary, I feel like.
I think I would get it. I think it'd be so cool.
Wait, if I met with you IRL and you pulled out the goggles, I'd be like, wait, I think I'm just gonna go.
Okay, like hear me out
So you'd
though.
rather die.
Imagine you're on like a long flight, right? Or like you're in a really crowded area where you don't have a lot of personal space. Instead of staring at like one thing that bothers me the most about like looking at my phone all day is it's so small and so bad for your eyes. Especially now that I've gotten like my eyes fixed, like I don't want to get bad again. So like I've been really self-conscious about staring at a screen for really long. But like if you have goggles on, that screen size is as big as you want, like as big as you want, basically. So you can make do with the space you have just spatially. You don't have to have like a desk or a screen. So I think that'd be really neat to have. But
If
other
it
than
was
that, I understand it kind of looks weird. So
if it was like $100, I'd
yeah,
try it
I'm not
out.
buying them now. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah.
once they kind of
It's like
become
5,000,
normalized,
right? So like that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
insanely expensive. But
That's funny because for me, it's not like the screen or like the price. It's like me being completely dissociated
mm,
with like reality. Like I'm in this like internet meta, whatever you want to call it, like
yeah, virtual
VR, virtual
space.
reality,
Mm,
like virtual space, and like I can completely dissociate. Like I'm not walking anymore, but like it feels like I can look this way and I can see stars. I can look this way, like watch a video or something, or I can do something crazy. Like that to me is a little bit freaky. Like,
yeah.
but I'm just in my room, or I'm just sitting right here, and I'm just completely dissociated into something else. Like that's kind of freaky, kind of a little bit to me.
Mm,
But yeah.
that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah, I still don't know how I think about it, but I think eventually I would probably get one if I had the
Well, if
budget.
you get one, like I want to try it, but
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
Okay. Next thing you know, Susie's gonna be the first one to get it. She's
Suzie
like,
wants to keep that in the air. Anybody that has one that she
let's
knows,
check it out.
let her try it one time.
yeah.
But actually, this is a great segue
Mm,
because our next topic that we have for us is what are some like underrated slash overrated things about being a young adult,
mhm,
or like, and even like being more specific, like being a Korean young adult, Korean American
mhm.
young adult. Um, Stuff's expensive.
Dude,
And
budgeting
like the
sucks.
Vision Pro, like if you told me that I need to go buy the Vision Pro right now, I couldn't. Like I legitimately couldn't. I
But how much is?
I
I want to say
5,000.
it's a couple thousand at least.
Yeah, I think it's like 5,000.
I
Oh,
would,
I
I
could
would-
buy it.
No, I'm
okay, so you're buying it for all of us.
no,
Uh,
I know, but you know what I mean. Like we could all buy it, but it's like
yeah,
it's not worth
it's
it.
Next
thirty-five
time we
hundred
record,
dollars.
I'll show up with the.
It's what
30,
4,500?
3,500. So three thousand five
Oh,
hundred
thirty five
dollars.
hundred. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus,
it's still expensive.
Jesus, and the tax is 4,000.
Yeah, it's basically $4,000.
Yeah, yeah.
No, thank you.
Things are expensive when you're
Yeah,
making your own money and having to live off your salary. Do you guys do like budget stuff? Like, do you guys have like a budget Excel sheet?
I
I
use
budget.
Rocket Money. Like I budget off Rocket
Oh,
Money.
do you budget? Do you budget, Susie? Or
Well, I just said it, but
oh, sorry.
I budget like every penny. Like when
Really?
that paycheck comes in, well, I have like a
Mm,
general sheet, and then like
yeah.
more accurate one is like when my paycheck comes in, because sometimes it's like different depending on like how many
Mhm.
hours I work,
Yeah.
and I budget so much, but I'm like
Oh.
good at following it. But
That's good. So yeah. So what are some overrated, underrated things about being a young adult?
Ooh.
You guys got any right off the top?
I
Now
think
that we are young adults.
I think underrated is like how much like freedom or like yeah you get,
mhm,
because I think college is like yeah sure it's freeing still like from your family, but you're still not freed from school. Like
mhm,
you still have homework, like, and if you're like working, you I feel like I have more time now than like when I had school. So I think it's like really freeing, and like on sometimes on my days off, if I like really need it, like I'll literally like watch TV all day, just like lay down and like rot and like all day. But I feel like I never did that in college because you still have homework. Like you're
mhm,
never like really done. But I feel like when you're out working, it's like it's pretty freeing, I think. Like,
mhm,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I think.
mhm,
Yeah, that like 5 to 9, like the 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. is
mhm,
like
Yeah.
a lot of time. You get a lot of time, and like you're right. It's your work is done. Like you don't have to think about it. There's no like extra tasks you need to do. Everything is just pushed then to the next morning.
mhm,
So you completely get that freedom. So yeah, I think I agree. That's definitely. I think it could be like some people it's overrated because
mhm,
it's like you use all that time because you're so tired from the workday
Hmm.
you're just like doing dumb stuff, or like sometimes you have to work late so that like you don't feel like you have a lot of time, like you're just constantly working 24/7. Because even like college, if you think about it, like some people only have classes from like 1 to 3 some
Yeah.
days, and then it's done. But for us, it's 9 to 5 every day, 8 hours every day, right? Or not every day, 5 days, 5 times a week.
Hmm.
So I can see it going both ways. But yeah, I'm on the side where it's pretty underrated. I think like when like if I remember what I thought from college, like I didn't think it'd be that much time, but it's so much time. Like I could be a lot more productive than I am if I
Yeah.
manage it right, because it's that much time. Um, yeah.
I'd say on
Mm.
top of that, what's underrated is having a sleep schedule. Like your circadian rhythm is like you when I went to retreat and I like said when it was like around 1, I was like, I can't stay up any longer. Like I need to go
Wait,
to bed.
same.
And I told people I was gonna go to sleep. They, bro, what happened? Like you used to stay up to like 2 to 3 at least, like minimum, like when you're in college. And that's
Hmm.
like only like 2, 3 months ago. I'm like, you don't understand. Like once you have set working hours and you come home, eat, do your thing, like work out or whatever, chill, and then go to bed every day at like 10 to 11, and then wake up at a certain time every day, like that quickly sets in. And then you appreciate that you have a set rhythm to sleep because
Mm.
when you're a college student, who knows when you're gonna get your next sleep? You know what I mean? Like 8 hours of sleep is
Yeah.
hard to come by. Not only because you're a student, but you're being really irresponsible with your hours and like you want to stay up because of FOMO, because everyone's around you. But when you're
Yeah.
like a young adult, like there's no reason to stay up other than being irresponsibly on your phone for a long time, in my opinion, right? Unless there's like a reason to be going out or hanging out with people, like most nights, if you stay up, that's on you. So having a really good sleep schedule, I think is underrated because a lot of people don't think about that when they become an adult. It's like, well, I sleep at normal hours now. It's the
No,
normal.
going off of that, like I feel like college, I used to, well, I never really had a sleep schedule. Like starting freshman year, if you knew me, like my sleep schedule was actually bad, like all 4 years. But like sometimes like I would literally just pull an all-nighter and go to class and like come back and sleep. So then I like
Mhm.
remember that young self. And like when I
Mhm.
first started work, I'll be like, oh, like one more game is fine. Like I'm still getting like 4 hours of sleep. And I'll go to work
Mhm.
and I literally you can't function. Like you can't do work. Like I was so tired. So like you actually need so much sleep when you're working.
That's a good
That's,
example. Because like even now, like when I still play games with some people, but we're all young adults. Like when like 10 p.m. hits, oh guys, yeah, no, it's late. We gotta go. But like in college, we start at 10 p.m. or we
Mhm.
start at
yeah.
11 p.m. And we go to like 4 or 3. But like now it's like we start at like 8 p.m., play for 2 hours, and then it's like, oh guys, it's late. We gotta go. But it's like not even that late, but it's because we need to sleep by like midnight, right? So we know we need to get ready,
Mhm.
maybe clean up some stuff before work and then we're go. So
Night's too late, I feel.
really,
Like even
I think I
midnight's
sleep around midnight.
pushing it,
Yeah.
I think, for me.
Mhm.
Really. Midnight's about like good. I'm like tired. I need to go sleep. Interesting.
What time do you guys
Hmm.
wake up?
7:30.
7:30?
8 o'clock.
That's maybe why.
Yeah. I
Well, you were
start.
up like at 6, right? Like,
I wake up at like 6:30.
Dang.
because work's at 7? Or,
Well, I'm 8 to 4, but
okay.
I like getting ready. I don't like looking like shit at work
Mm.
because
Hmm.
everyone's like,
Well, you're in a hospitality. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
you need to
Yeah.
look presentable. I start work at 8. I roll out of bed 7:30. I like brush my teeth, put on my like clothes, and walk out. Like I'm like brushing my hair while I'm on my way to work, and it's
wow,
like oh, like,
I
I
put on a
just
hat and go to work.
yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah. That's interesting. What are some overrated things, though? Because we
mm,
said a lot of underrated stuff. What do you think are some overrated
dude,
things?
being older is
Uh,
overrated. I don't think people understand trying to stay physically healthy now is like an actual chore. Like my metabolism doesn't keep up anymore. And like if you don't
mm,
stretch, at least for me, if I don't stretch, like the amount of knots I get in my back and like at work, I like if I like don't sit properly for a while, like I ache and that's fine. I'm like, bro, this is not okay at this age, but still like
No, I feel you.
I can't just like
mm.
throw away my life like that. I need to stay physically health conscious in my doing like eating habits and working out habits now, which sucks. But
Mhm.
Like
that's me at least.
going off of that, one, like last time I drank, I was hungover for like 2 days. Like my body like can't process alcohol anymore or something.
Mm.
I was literally dead for like 2 days. And also like what you said, I think like the stretching thing also same. Like my whole body's just like, well, I'm like older than you a little bit,
Yeah,
but
like 10
It's
years.
still
like
like
1 year. It's 1 year.
No,
two.
it's 2 years. Susie's 2 years older than me.
Okay,
Or like
it's
one
1
and a
year.
half. You're like September.
Yeah, but still, like you actually feel your body like, wait, this is like sad.
We've been
But yeah.
Old
we're
man.
And
dating.
one more thing. Sometimes if I eat too late, like my body can't digest anymore.
Oh, me too.
Like,
No, me too.
Mm.
yeah, you know what I'm
Is it
talking
no
about?
100%? Yeah. It's pretty bad because like you overheat like at night because your
Mm.
body's trying to digest the food, so you wake up and it's just horrible.
Yeah.
Like
It's horrible.
it's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. I think overrated is like because I know a lot of people like in college, they're just like, I need to get out. I'm so sick of school. Like
Um,
I can't do this
Yeah.
anymore. Like if I have to take another test, like it's like, all right, then get ready to do your taxes, manage your credit cards, bank accounts, try to buy a house, insurances, like like all those things, like now you're getting to like stocks and there's like I feel like when you're in college, you're thinking just like, okay, I just need to get out of school. Then like you're
Mhm.
getting out of one thing to enter into 10 things, right? Because like when you're in school, it's just school. For the most part, it's just school. Of course, like you're managing finances, I know, and you could do stocks and all that stuff, but your main priority is just like getting good grades and excelling within the college.
Mhm.
But once you get out, it's like now you got to do like adult stuff. And
Yeah.
like I don't know, like there's so many times where like at least for me, like I like meet people like now, like young adults, and all we talk about is like what's your cash back on your credit card? Like, how's your limit? It's like stuff we
Yeah,
never used to talk about. And it's
that's
like,
real.
and then one of my friends is like refinancing their house. And it's like, oh, so how does that work? And we're talking about
Mm.
like before we used to talk about like, LeBron James and like I don't know, like Le Seraphim, like now we're like or like some like really random, but now it's like yeah, so like we get tax like what tax credit do we get or tax breaks for this? And
Mhm.
like it's crazy just like the differences. But I think what's overrated is like I feel like when you're in college, it's like, oh, this is we're going to like, the promised land, right? And it's like, no, actually you're just going into more work. That's
Yeah,
why everyone that's a young adult says we miss college because it
yeah.
was just so much more of a simpler time.
Mhm.
And our friends are all there and
It's
everything,
because
right? So
he's on his iPad.
um yeah, yeah. So I might have that iOS difference, anyways. But yeah, all right, that was good.
Yeah.
Um, anything else you guys have over
What about
underrated, overrated?
what about being Korean? Because you mentioned that.
Oh yeah,
It's got anything about
being
being
underrated about being Korean.
I think people underrate. Wait, is that a word? Underrate?
yeah.
I think so.
Or is it like underestimate? Wait, no, that's a different.
Underestimate, well, it depends on what you say. Just say what you say, and then we'll
Like,
decide.
I think this is like biased,
Mhm.
but I feel like Koreans have that like I don't know the word in English. It's like tone towards like other people or
Respect.
Hmm.
like not it's like hard to explain.
They
But I
have
feel
like
like
and they have integrity a little bit. It's
yeah,
like
I feel like we have a lot of integrity and like warmth that other Asians might not have. Because like
damn,
for,
call him out.
Damn,
for
it's
example, like
yeah.
or this might not just be like a race thing, but for example, this girl is I'm not gonna say her race, that doesn't matter,
Okay.
but she's Asian too, but not Korean.
Hmm.
But like
Hmm.
we'll be like we like take turns taking a break, right?
Hmm.
And the other day she was about to go on a break, but then we all of a sudden got like a group of 10 people. And like it's just us two working. So if she's going on break, it's just gonna be me. And like it's hard to like accommodate 10 people by yourself.
Mhm.
If it was me as a Korean with integrity, I would have been like, you know what? Let me just put off my break and let me help you out a little. Like I would have stayed. Or like
Mhm.
if I like cut and as I was walking out, like there's like a bunch of people coming in, I would have been like, you know what, I can like help you with this and I'll go. You know, I feel like that's just
Mhm.
like but she's like, all right, bye, Suzie. And I'm like, wait, what the where are you going? What?
I think that's just
But I
her.
think okay, never mind then.
No, I think like I do understand like that like respect, right? I
Mhm.
thought that word Korean word was like respect whenever I hear it. But like I think like that's like the individualistic versus collectivism mentality. I feel
Mm.
like in Korea, right, like if someone falls to the ground, like they'll be like, "Hey, you good? You good? Like everything's okay." But in America, it's kind of like just mind your business, keep walking, you
No,
know? So I think it's yeah, I think that's definitely something
I feel
different.
like we might get canceled. We
Yeah,
keep
we could get canceled, but it's okay.
We're
I think like
Korean.
your specific example though, Susie, is like because actually I know Koreans that do exactly
oh
what
they
that
That's
person do
just
because
her.
I think it might be personality rather than like okay, I think it might be personality rather than like them being Korean or not because
Yeah.
I think I've heard like stories where
uh,
like Korean people can be very nasty, like very prideful, very
Mhm.
arrogant. Um, but that's like Korean Americans. I don't know. That might be different. Um,
Yeah.
but what's a I think like what's an underrated thing?
I think underrated
oh
is good skin. I think
oh
Koreans,
oh
Mm,
I know Korea has good skincare, but I've been told on many occasions that, and I've noticed like Koreans kind of tend to have a little better skin than most. I think this is also just marginally due to like our mindset around hygiene and like being clean. But I think Koreans have pretty good skin. I don't think we always appreciate that. Overrated though is Asian glow. I think being slightly allergic to alcohol sucks sometimes because when I have a sip of beer and then I come back home, it's like, bro, I got red spots all over my body, um, and it sucks. But yeah,
I
skin's
think
pretty good.
overrated. Like people think like everyone looks like K-pop idols. Like
No,
they think
there's
everyone
some ugly Koreans out there.
no, like actually like,
we're all in this call too. Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like especially Americans think like, oh, if I go to Korea, like everyone's gonna like no.
Mm.
Like that's obvious. Clearly.
Yeah,
Yeah, clearly not.
like example one.
Yeah, we're here.
Wait.
We ain't in no K-pop group.
No, yeah, no. I think yeah, like I think something that like people like definitely like overhype about Koreans. It's like, oh, you could probably sing, you could probably dance, right? Or like because all they see is like K-pop
Yeah,
idols.
good
I cannot
fashion.
sing or dance or do math, right? It's like it's not working. It's not looking, But like, thing is, in every race, right? There's like the top 1% of
Yeah.
looks, and then there's the 99%, and that's just how it is.
Right.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, I
What
want to
people
say Asian squat too, but I can't Asian squat, so uh, that sucks for me too.
I don't think we're not saying underrated or overrated. We're just saying pros and cons of
Being, I think
we
being
completely
being Korean right now is overrated. I think with the hype of like K-pop and like K-dramas
Mhm.
and like the culture exposure,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people think being
Hmm.
Korean right now is the shit. It's like you have to be Korean. Like being Korean is so cool. Yeah, sure, it's cool, but
That's
like
just
at the
I
end of
think
the
I
day,
like
no, I like being Korean too, but everyone thinks like I gotta go visit Korea now. Like Korea is where it's at. It's like, no, we're just we're just here. Like I appreciate the cultural exposure and recognition, and like it's. I'm glad people are starting to know more about Korea, but we've always been who we are. Like I don't think I think it's a little overhyped, which makes being Korean in general a little overrated. Like we're not as all as it seems to be with people's perception about Korean people, especially like Korean guys. I think with like BTS being so popular, it's like wow, you must have a good fashion sense, good at singing, good at dancing, good skin. Wow.
Yeah.
But like, no, like that's just 1% of our, not even 1% of our population. So
0.00.
yeah.
Yeah, like for sure. Like I think a lot of people even came up to me in college, like, "Oh, like, are you proud to be Korean now?" It's like, now? I've always been, like, but it's like now because like it's so hyped, like Squid Games and Parasite and like like all these Korean actors coming over to Hollywood, right? It's like
Mhm.
everyone's freaking out, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of overhyped, overrated. Um,
It's good representation. That's what it is.
yeah, it's good representation. All right. On to the final question of today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy so far. What is one thing that you would want to change about your personality?
Susie, you
So
brought this up.
let's first describe our personality. Susie, how would you describe your personality?
Yeah, I don't know.
You brought up this
Whoa.
question. You definitely have an answer.
Well, I have an answer, but I don't know how I would describe my personality. I think I may seem like I'm like easier to talk to, approachable, easily
Mhm.
approachable.
Hmm.
I think I may seem like I like a lot of people. Like I think I may seem like I like vibe with a lot of people.
Okay.
So like, so not like you like someone like in a relationship, but like you have a
Oh,
lot of friends. Like you're very likable. Like you're very
Mhm.
you have a lot of people around you. Okay. Mhm.
Okay.
and
Okay.
well, I guess that's not really my personality. I think I'm like kind of funny. Like, I don't know how to explain. Wait, like I don't know how I would explain it personally.
Funny looking.
That's
Uh,
cap.
no, yeah, no, for sure. No, keep going.
No,
Sorry, sorry.
yeah, no. Judgment free zone. You can say whatever you want.
Please continue.
Um, wait, can you guys describe it? Can we describe other people's personalities?
Yeah, no, yeah. I think though I would agree. Susie is funny.
What you've said is pretty accurate, I think.
But yeah, it's she's very funny because like not just like she's like very like she says jokes or she says things, but like her actions sometimes she does things that are just very funny.
Oh,
I think
Like
you laugh
we have
very
a lot of
easily, which makes
stories.
you
Yeah,
approachable. Like you laugh
um,
really
yeah, yeah,
well, which is good.
yeah. You have good reactions to like people. No,
Okay.
that's not. That was not.
No.
uh, yeah, like that laugh just there. Like that, I think is very like inviting.
mm,
Um, and I think like if I could describe Susie's personality, it would be uh very spontaneous.
Mm.
I think not. I don't think you're picky. Like what I mean by that is like not just like I don't mean like I think that context is more of like probably like food or like taste and like men or whatever, right? But it's like I feel like you're just down, you know, like because that kind of that goes with spontaneous. Like if someone came, if like the whole group was like,
Mm.
let's go, let's do bobsledding. You're like, what the heck? I've never done. But okay, let's you'll be like, let's
Mhm.
go, because it doesn't matter, right? Because you're with the group, you're spontaneous, you want to have fun. So I think that's something I would describe. And then uh, I can't think of anything else good.
well, it doesn't
Let me
have to
think.
be good.
Um, yeah, I think I can't really think of anything else, but I think those two stand out to me the most about Susie.
Mm.
Just down, spontaneous, not picky. I think you're sensitive. I think both like sensitive to others, and I think a little bit sensitive to like sensitive, like personally sensitive.
Mm.
I say that just because I'm sensitive.
Mhm.
So like if I were to describe my personality, like sensitive would be definitely one of them. It's not a good thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing either.
Mm.
Uh,
Okay, well,
yeah.
I think that's enough. But I,
Okay.
think I think something I want to fix. There's ow. there's two things,
Mm-hmm.
two big things. I just hit my hand on the table. One is I've been realizing this, but I'm like very quick to judge now these days. Like
Mm.
I would meet people and then based on like the first impression, like appearance and personality, first like interaction, I like draw and like imagine like I create this like persona of this person without like
Mm.
know them. I'm already
Mm-hmm.
like, like he's gonna be like this person, like he's gonna be like this, like to this, he would react to this. Like I already have like an image of this person, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
like that's not fair for them. But and that like actually, yeah. So I do that. And then once they do something that is out of the image that I created, I'm like, wait, like what is this? Like who is
Mm-hmm.
this guy? And
Mhm.
I'll get icked out. But like that's my fault because I like did that without getting to know them.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done this so many times to so many people. And once
Mhm.
I get icked out like that, like there's no going back. Like I
Mm.
just don't even want to. And this happened to so many people that like like it's not their fault. But I feel like I'm pretty quick to judge on things like that. And a second one is like I don't think I'm like that good at like solving conflicts. So like I had an incident where I met this person and we were friends for like a year
Mm.
and we like were like joking around talking. But then her jokes kind of got excessive and like kind of over the line, I'd say. And then instead of like talking it out and letting her know like, hey, like that's not cool, I just kind of stopped talking to her.
Mm.
We're not really
Mm-hmm.
friends anymore.
Mm.
But I'm very
Mm-hmm.
like easy to cut people out of my life if I don't think like you're my people anymore. Which I think I should fix on that too. Because I feel like I've lost a lot of people like that because I'll just stop talking to them. Like I'm quick to cut out people as well out of my life. And I
So
don't really
would you, sorry.
mm,
So
no go
like,
ahead.
I think like, would you say like you're more like passive?
What?
Like, would you say that like a personality trait that you want to change is like you're like kind of too passive? Like you want to be more confrontational? I don't, is that the right, am I thinking that right, Joe? Like,
Like maybe you want to be more proactive with conflict, like be more.
Yeah.
I think
I should definitely
passives kind of makes sense, but yeah, I know what
yeah,
you're trying to say, Matt.
yeah, yeah.
like I need to give people like second chances
Very
and like
forgiving. Be more forgiving. Does
yeah,
that make
be
sense?
more forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also hold grudges. Like I'll remember that for like forever, no matter like what.
Mm.
So I think I need to like change that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's like big thing I'm learning these days. Like I'm pretty once I don't think we're vibing anymore, like I don't care if we don't talk anymore, like ever. And that's like not good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I guess I can go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think I would describe myself very humbly, of course. Just want to preface that. I think I'm pretty goofy, I would say. I'm very just like kind of goofy, funny type. I also say I'm pretty clumsy. And what I mean by clumsy is like sometimes I just like blurt out random things without even thinking. Like I like spill over my words. Um, and I kind of like I don't like think before I speak sometimes. So that's like also clumsy a little bit. Um, I think one thing I would change about myself, and I think the and I kind of alluded to before, like the fact that I'm like a little bit sensitive. I think like I'm also very sensitive about others to the point where like it completely changes the way I like think and then the way I act because I'm like thinking about what that person might feel. And
Mm-hmm.
like what I mean by that is like I would like let's say like I just met Susie for the first time and then I say something and then I notice that Susie's like face expression has changed. Like I would think about that for like hours at night. Just be like, did I piss her off? Did I say the right thing? What did I do wrong? and then like the next day I see her or something, right? Like I like that's all I think about. Like I completely try to like change that. Like I feel like I unnecessarily stress myself out.
People pleaser?
Yeah, people pleaser basically. Like
Mm.
I'm way too much of a people pleaser. It's gotten way better since leaving college because I just don't see people. But um uh like I used to be so just like I bend over backwards for the
Mm.
sake of like just a better conversation next time. But then I think even less than that, it's like I would just like stay up all night thinking about like all my interactions for the day and just like what I could do better and like like and it would just like it just be stupid because that you like that person probably doesn't think of anything. And
Mhm.
even if they do, it doesn't matter. Like why am I thinking that I have way more better things to do like sleep or get, do stuff for myself, right? So I think that would be one thing. Not be a peep, not like be extremely sensitive.
Mhm.
So and then I think similar to Susie, like I think like my tolerance, like not tolerance, what am I going to say? Like kind of
Patience.
like that when like conflict happens, when like
Mhm.
conflict and patience happens, I tend to just now, before I would be like, all right, problem solve, let's talk, let's get through this done. Now it's like I just kind of just sit there and I just like I just like stare at the problem and I kind of just
Mhm.
wait. And I kind of do that with like, relationships. I also do that with work. Sometimes like if there's like a issue, like a problem at work, I just kind of sit there and look at it and just like ponder over it, like not really like be super active about it because it's like again, like it's difficult, I'm kind of lazy in that way.
Mm.
So I would agree with Susie about the conflict thing. I think I need to be better at that. Because it's not like I'm not gonna have any more conflicts moving forward. There's only just be more conflicts, right? So
Mhm.
um yeah, I would say that's one thing
Yeah.
or two
For
things. I don't know
me,
what I said.
um, I think a big thing about me is I'm very oblivious to communication. That comes in many forms, I think. Friendships, even with family. I'm very slow to respond a lot of times to my parents, which my it pisses off my mom more than my dad. My dad's more understanding, but
Mm,
sometimes when my mom texts her group chat and I don't respond, my dad texts me to respond to my mom, if that makes sense. So it's not like I don't want to respond to it, but sometimes I get into the habit of, do you guys ever do when you're on your phone and you get a text and you read the text because the notification drops down and then you swipe up and in your head you replied, but then in reality you actually never replied, and then like
mm,
a couple hours later you realize, oh, I just simply ghosted that person because I never replied. And but in
yeah,
my
yeah.
head, I resolved the conversation already. I'm like, I already replied technically. um I do that quite a bit. So that makes me really hard to keep in touch with a lot of people um while I was in college and outside of college, now that I'm graduated. And I'm slowly realizing that if I want to maintain any form of uh social connections with like keeping in touch with people, I got to be a little more responsive, like little quick with texts, or be a little more proactive to responding to people. And then the reason I say I'm oblivious is because sometimes I miss a lot of social cues with either friend groups or like social gatherings where there's definitely an intention or a mood, and I just kind of don't get it sometimes. um, and then that makes me miss my mark with my interactions in that friend group or with certain people. Um, Sometimes I don't read into a conflict. If we were going to talk about conflicts, if I had conflicts with someone, sometimes in my head it's not a big deal, but maybe it might be a big deal for another person. And I downplay it, and that makes the conflict even greater because I'm not addressing it as seriously as I should be, or vice versa, where I'm overplaying a certain thing, but for someone it's not a big deal, but I'm worried that it's a big deal for them. So in my head, I'm playing it bigger than it should be. Um, and that messes with me as well. So I think that head voice of like being very oblivious to certain obvious cues and also communicating that well with other people is a big thing I want to change a little bit of my myself. I don't know the best way about going about doing that other than just trying to talk to more people more often. So I'm like better educated with what people are trying to communicate. But I think if I need to get that straight because, now that I'm working with people that are professionally required to communicate with, as well as I'm no
Mhm.
longer in college, so I'm not seeing my friends every day, to keep in touch and have a social life. That's definitely something I think I should work on. So that's one thing I would change about my personality if I
Mm.
could instantly, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, I mean, I think like this, I mean, thank you all for sharing, but I think it's like, yeah, personality is like hard, but I think even too, something that I appreciate, I think what us three do together is, I think, yeah, I know in college and even now, like we don't not bring things up.
Yeah.
I feel like there were so many times where like Joseph would be like, yo, like, what are you doing? And then Susie would text me like, you hurt my feelings again. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And,
There's no
you know what I mean?
sugarcoating.
Like it's like there's no sugarcoating, and I think like, likewise, I think, we all like three of us helped each other, even though it was like hard to say and we didn't want to say it.
Mm,
That's something I do value a lot with us because again, like we may have not solved the conflict, but we didn't like not confront, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's something I wouldn't want us to change about our personalities. Um, yeah, I think maybe on a more lighter note, like I do yap a lot. Maybe I should just shut up.
Mm,
I remember there's someone that we know. I'm just gonna say her name because I don't really care. Her name is Amy, and one of the cons that she gave to me was that I talk too much.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and, like, I like didn't realize that, but then it stuck with me for a long time. I was like, oh, she must not like that I talk too much. But anyways, hopefully she's not watching this.
I think
But
I think all three of us are
yeah,
also goofy in our own way. Um, and it's kind
yeah,
of like a stupid goofy, and I don't think it ever annoys anyone, but I think that's just funny. Like all three of us, I say our sense of humors are not always the same. Like it's slightly different in every area, but that just makes us a goofy bunch. So yeah, that's one
that's why we do a
personality.
podcast because
Yes,
we're
sir.
goofy people.
Why? But I don't like the word goofy.
Susie, you're the most
Why?
goofy out of all three of us.
Wait, I
Susie,
don't
we're
think I'm
all
a
goofy.
goofy person.
I'm
No,
I'm gonna
you're a
just go
goofy
call you out.
person.
You're the one that said I watched the Dune 2. Like, there's no the.
Okay, that's
Just
not me being goofy. That's me being ESL. What?
no, but like it's just like I don't know.
It sounds goofy
Like what you
though.
do is just goofy. It's just goofy.
Wait,
Like what
we
you do
talked
is
about that in the beginning of the podcast, and you're just now saying that?
Hey,
Like,
I
what?
didn't want to call you out,
something.
but now you made me. So
That's what something. Yeah,
you should
with
work on that.
debrief
That's your
later.
personality.
Okay.
No,
I
like we were like walking under a bridge, and it was just like there was like panels that slightly reflected us, and Susie goes, "The beam." Doesn't make any sense.
that was a joke.
No,
Like,
but like that's what we mean. You're goofy. It's funny.
oh,
It's like it's like it's not a bad. I don't think it's a bad thing.
yeah. I think it's a funny thing.
Like
Yeah,
like I think goofy is like the positive spin-off of dumb.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Susie, when we're
Like
driving
dumb
by
is
the
like
lake,
you're
you're
just
like,
dumb.
"Oh, it's the ocean." It's not the ocean. It's the lake.
It looked like it because you kept saying beach, and I'm like, wait, beaches are like at a
You can have
sea.
beaches at the lake too.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
No,
but
I
it
think
does look
yes,
like the
especially
ocean.
in Midwest. Like yeah. No, it does look like yeah. That's a
Mhm.
no, that's not that bad, but it's like we know you don't like we know like
It's not
you're not being
intentional.
like it's not
Yeah,
intentional. It's just like,
like
yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Yeah, you're not stupid, but you're goofy.
You're
Okay.
No one
goofy.
ever yeah. Mm. All right. Well, that is the end of today's episode.
Yeah.
We do have one question. Why G Idol is the best girl group right now?
G Idol.
I just have to say they are the best.
Wait,
Who?
Their album,
G
G
Idol.
Idol.
Wait.
I don't know how. Do you guys like the new song, Wife?
I love this song,
I didn't listen to it.
but I'm
I
very
think
biased.
I'm a hit or
I'm a big
miss
G
with
Idol
with
fan.
that song.
I like
Yeah,
Blackpink.
Okay, they're like old at this
Blackpink's good.
point.
Blackpink's good.
They are solid, but they're old.
They are a very good group.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and I like IU. I think those two are mine.
Mm.
Everyone likes IU.
IU is a classic,
My yeah,
timeless.
IU's coming to Chicago.
I know, bro. And she's also going to
Uh,
LA and like New York. So I'm trying to fly to one of
yeah,
those
she's going to
to
New Jersey too. New Jersey. It's New Jersey. It's I think right. Is it New Jersey or
New
is it New
Jersey, New
York?
York, New York, and New Jersey.
Newark.
Newark is
It's New Jersey.
Newark is
It's New
New
Jersey.
Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Anyways, but yeah, IU, like my friend spent like $1,000 on 2 tickets.
See, if I had it, like,
That is big money to see one woman.
yeah.
But
See,
she's
you definitely
very
sell that for
talented.
money and then watch on YouTube.
You know
Put
what
in
I
your-
could say about that? Your stupid Vision Pros.
I
Like,
I didn't even buy it. I just said I would get it if I could. But I can't.
just kidding.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
So we it's kind of an exposure, but we bought Zoom so that we can do this podcast, and
None of us are
costing us money.
students
So
anymore.
we have to kind of make this whatever $15 worth it. So
Hey,
hopefully
we're
we
putting
get more
in the work to
episodes.
make episodes for y'all. Y'all better appreciate the
So
effort we're putting in.
we're gonna try to do bi-weekly just because we're busy people and we have a lot of things to do. I think depending on like how our schedules change, we could go to weekly, or maybe do it like no, okay, sorry, or like
No.
maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. I don't know. We'll go from there, but try to look out for us bi-weekly. Follow us on our
Yeah.
socials.
Yeah, Instagram
Just
will be
mine, Matthew
back up
Bae.
and running. I finally logged in. It'll be back and up. I figured out the password. So
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't have your Instagram?
no,
No,
the SUJOBAE Instagram. When you said you forgot the
Oh.
password too.
The one that
The one's that's
Susie's
like
supposed to
dead
manage,
right now
but,
because we haven't posted.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot the password.
It's okay, I reset it.
if anybody wants to be our editor for free, absolutely no money to you.
Yeah. No.
Please let us know.
We're hiring interns.
Yeah,
Unpaid
we're hiring
workers.
interns at no cost, no experience, and you get no work.
No resume either, because this isn't even an official thing. It's just for fun.
Yeah.
Put it on your.
Yeah, if you want to make YouTube shorts or something, let us know. Yeah, follow us. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
And goodbye.
See you in the next episode.
Bye.